Alright, so I was looking at my notifications. I'd never do this, but this video right here mentioned me because there's like in the notifications tab, there's all notifications and then there's mentions. So I'm gonna check out this video. This is the thumbnail right here. Video changed my life. Maybe it's just a repost. The best barber on YouTube. I like the thumbnail.
This is your fix if you're sick of always sweeping, taking forever to sweep. This is the fix right here.
Guys,
in today's episode.
Oh no, this is a straight up video. This is a real video. Guys, that clip was at our second barbershop ever when them hoverboards first came out and started getting popular. This is a real video.
We're going to be discussing a creator who took his haircutting business from just one shop with a couple of chairs into 7 locations, employing dozens of high demand barbers. Let's take a look at how Chris Bossio evolved his career from a solo barber to an entrepreneur employing over 100 people with his own global hair product.
Hey, come on, let's go. Come on, did you hear that? Run that back. Let's go. Hey, I don't know who this is, but I rock with you, brother.
Let's take a look at how Chris Bossio evolved his career from a solo barber to an entrepreneur employing over 100 people with his own global hair product company. Stick around to the end to see some of Chris's amazing content, including this impressive before and after hair transformation. Chris began his adult life as a college athlete. When one of his teammates showed how they made extra cash cutting hair from their dorm room, Chris realized that he had an interest in learning the trade. So after finishing barber school, he began working at a local shop. Chris had an entrepreneurial spirit, and with big dreams outside of those 4 walls, he left the shop to open one of his own. Chris and his friends, Danny and Perez, started Headlines Barbershop in Tampa Bay. It was hard at first. Their opening day saw a power outage, with many days afterward without any clients.
I was scared, man. It ended up being like that for weeks.
But Chris stuck with it, and after a while, Headlines began to show promise. However, it wasn't until a couple years into the business that things really took off. It's rare that a creator's very first video is a massive success, but his very first upload tapped into a need within the barber community. In late 2014, Chris's friend told him he should make videos about cutting hair, as YouTube was starting to see a niche community.
That friend was Perez and Danny, who I'm still business partners with today. Yo, this is on point. This is on point. My dog did his research. You could see he's looking at different clips and stuff. Yeah.
Community forming around this type of content.
What up, y'all? Another day at the shop. So, I wanted to make a video about this right here because I noticed there isn't on too many, or if any.
And so just so you guys can see something real quick, for my peoples that have been following me day one to today, that book right there is How to Win Friends and Influence People. This was the first YouTube video I ever dropped. Like, this was not an accident.
Forming around this type of content.
Hold on. Like it wasn't planned, but you know, I truly believe that like I'm doing God's work, man. Like if you look at all of the things that led up to this,
yeah,
like,
another day at the shop.
Just from this clip right here. Watch this.
So
So look at this. Look at this bottle right here. What's that look like? It looks like this. That shave gel did not come with this, but that was my go-to shave gel because it was super cheap. It was like $3 at the time. And I would take off the original cap. This is the original cap right here, this white cap. I would put this on it. I would buy one of these and put it on it because it was just easier to apply on my clients. So when I came out with my own shave gel, I had an uglier version of this. Everybody told me it was ugly, it wouldn't work. I'm talking about barber supply stores were telling me this, right? And now there's a bunch of other brands that use the same exact packaging because my finger was on the pulse of the industry, but it's also stuff that I love, man. Look at my station, pictures of my son. My daughter wasn't born at the time. Pictures of my son, and then the book Dale Carnegie, and I had Beijing or Began. I was doing enhancements back then. All of these things were the beginning of my career, man. And to this day, you know, like it's just crazy to see how this all built up. And like now there's clippers being made that are made like this, skeletoned like this. Crazy.
About this right here because I noticed there isn't on too many, or if any, on YouTube.
This 1.5-minute long video was the start of it all. Chris recognized a need for tutorials on skeleton trimmers, a popular tool amongst barbers that was
my first haircut tutorial. Look at the lighting. It was yellow. That was in my in-laws' living room.
Making waves at the time. It hit 1,000 views within the first few days of its release, showing Chris just how powerful YouTube can be for one's business. This is evident in his very next upload, which included the Headlines shop logo, some background music, and a text introduction to the tutorial. With the channel finding success nearly right away, it took very little time before Chris was regarded as a celebrity with
Hold on, man. I got to see my
some
station.
Background music and a text introduction to the tutorial.
Look at my station back then. Products were even different back then. Shit's dope, man. It's dope to see always been a family man. This right here in this corner, this bottom left corner, that was a kegerator. You guys can see like the beer and stuff. That was a kegerator, and we used to get craft beer, and it was complimentary to any of our clients. So we was doing that back then. You can see I was wearing a vest. This was supposed to be more of a high-end, a service base. We did a 5-step hot towel shave. Yeah, it was our second location. Business was booming. You guys could see the How to Win Friends and Influence People book here. Photos of my family here. Pocket game. Like I was on my financial literacy back then.
Finding success nearly right away, it took very little time before Chris was regarded as a celebrity within the barber community. Chris went to his first Barber Expo soon after starting the channel and was blown away by how many people recognized him. Motivated by his immediate impact on the barber community, Chris continued to grow his company and brand. Many of his fans recommended Chris get into making
Boy, look at this video right here. When I saw myself in this video, I said, bro, I can't be great if my health ain't right. Bro, I was staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 7 to go to the gym, bro. When I saw myself in this image, because you know, when you working hard, you know, you sacrificing for your family, you sacrificing to reach your goals. And I think this shop was our 4th location. You sacrificing to reach your goals, and you see yourself like that, and you're like, man, what about me? What about me? You can't help a sinking ship if your ship is sinking itself. You know how they talk about when you're on the airplane, put the mask on yourself first, the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your child. If you don't have your oxygen mask on and you pass out while you're trying to put it on your child, you both lose. And I'm looking at myself like, damn, look at, boy, was skinny fat. I had a dad bod, and I'm like 24 years old right here, 25 years old right here with a dad bod. I had to work on myself, and I changed that. You know, that was me being mediocre, bro. To myself, I was being great to my loved ones and to the people I cared about, but I was deteriorating myself. Look at me going through so much during these times, and people, you know, I'm still making these videos. People don't know what's going on in my head. People don't know the things that I'm going through. Going through a lot of shit during these times. My mother got dementia and Alzheimer's in her 50s. My mother-in-law had a stroke, was paralyzed, had to sell my house. I moved in with my in-laws to try to help them with the bills. We was going through so much shit during this time. Had babies. It was a lot. You wouldn't know because I'm working hard in the way that I act, but my body right there says it all. My body right there says it all.
I didn't want to just create a shave gel that was like everybody else's. So I wanted to understand how shave gels were made.
Chris did his own research and began crafting a shave gel formula in his own kitchen. Within 30 days, Chris and his business...
Hey, look at the color of that. Look at the color of that bottle. Look at the color of this one. You would find bottles, guys, that were like different clarities. It was the same ingredient. It was different clarities. It was because when I was doing it myself, and I learned this through experience, you can't just formulate things and do things in different phases. If you have 3 ingredients in phase A, 3 ingredients in phase B, 3 ingredients in phase C, and you do phase C first, and then phase A, and then phase B, you're going to get a whole different product. When we were doing it ourselves at the crib or at Perez's crib, we were just going at it, you know, like we thought we were doing it right, but we were noticing like, yo, it's not coming out consistent. Everything you do, all the phases have to be consistent. And so that's why our bottles, sometimes our gel would look like that. It still worked good. It still worked well because I would test them before we put them on the shelves. If I only sold what came out like this, with this clarity, we'd be out of business because you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that we would lose every batch that we had to throw out. I mean, we threw out a lot of batches. If it came out too lotiony, we wouldn't sell it. But if it came out, this was like the worst it could get before we said we would sell it. And it still was a great product.
Business partners had the gel
Full
branded
context.
and ready for sale at the next expo.
That was our first booth, guys. I'm sorry I'm pausing this video. It's just bringing back so much memories. That was our first booth.
Everybody else's. So I wanted to understand how shave gels were made.
Chris did his own research and began crafting a shave gel formula in his own kitchen. Within 30 days, Chris and his business partners had the gel branded and ready for sale at the next expo. They sold 700 bottles in the product's debut showing, signaling again to Chris that with hard work, his ambitions will pay off. There are now over 45 products under the Tomb 45 label, including razors, shave gels, styling products, and even a wireless clipper with a charging mat. Tomb 45 also offers online courses so others can learn the trade from the master himself. He discusses how barbering deserves respect, and with Tomb 45, he strives to help others see the potential that this trade has for providing happy and fulfilling lives. With a global brand that provides both high-quality hair products and online lessons for up-and-comers, along with a chain of 7 shops that employ numerous barbers in high demand, it is obvious that Chris is well beyond achieving his goal. I think Chris would say, "Video changed my life." So go ahead and check out his social media accounts. I'll make sure to link them all below this video, including his YouTube channel, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So if you've enjoyed this content, make sure you hit subscribe and the little bell beside it so you'll be notified the next time that we publish a video about a builder who went from never using a power tool in her life to co-hosting DIY TV shows. And we love hearing from you. Like, which YouTuber has the most inspirational story? Let us know in the comments below, and we might feature it in a future video.
Well done. What a great video. What a well put together video. I really appreciate that. A video changed my life. Video did change my life. Absolutely changed my life. I'm definitely gonna subscribe. That's love. You guys can see the different types of videos they have. They obviously got bigger names on here, like Steph Graham. Cool, yeah. This is dope. This is dope. I really appreciate it, man. Who would have thought channel that's got nothing to do with the industry would be covering my my story. And the story's nowhere near done, guys. Story's nowhere near done. There's always another level. So we always gonna be working. Appreciate it. That was cool. Thank you.